Javier Aguirre just gave us a list of players from the Liga Mexicana that is going to be going to the World Cup. Let's get into it. I want to ask you, when you first saw this list, what did you think?
I was surprised. I was nervous. I'm still nervous. It seems like he's taking players that haven't been around for the games that we've been having, you know?
Got it.
They don't have enough minutes. I was excited to see it, and when I saw it, I felt nervous.
Right.
I didn't like that.
When I first saw it, I was like, what? Why? And then after I started like examining it, I was like, all right, well, that kind of makes sense. But I'm still like, what's going on right here?
I felt not as badly as you guys, I think. So let's go through the list real quick. I won't talk about the players that he brought for the sparring, like everybody's saying. Right? I won't talk about those guys right now.
Okay.
Porteros, Talar Rangel, Carlos Acevedo. Defensas, Israel Reyes, Jesus Gallardo. Mediocampistas, Luis Romo, Eric Lira, Brian Gutierrez, Gilberto Mora, Roberto Alvarado. Delanteros, Alexis Vega, Memote Martinez, Hormiga Gonzalez. Okay, it looks like that's 12 players that are on this list right now that are going to join this camp that are apparently going for sure. Okay, now he brought in a few other players that are there to kind of just fill the camp. I mean, it's not like you want 8 guys at a camp and shit. It's not going to work, 12 guys. We'll get into those right now. Where did that give you guys like worriment?
If I'm being honest, the 12 guys that he called that are for sure going on the list, 90%, we called it. We all said, yeah, these guys are going to go for sure. I think the 2 that are like up in the air that are like, wait, why? Is Luis Romo and Guillermo Martinez, El Memote.
I want to say pretty much everybody has the same questions. Like, why both of these guys? I'm trying to look at the value that Memote brings. And the only thing that we can say is, yeah, he's an aerial threat. He's a big guy. Let's say you're going up against South Korea. It is probably the last 5-6 minutes of the game. You're down 2-1, and we just need goals, bro. We're putting balls in the box, corners, free kicks, crosses, and we just need bodies in the box. Would you rather have a Memote in there or a Berterame in there?
But did you just realize that? Because this fool, how many games does he have under his belt? Like 4 or 5?
So here's
not even complete games.
I think he did just realize that.
You know what I mean?
And I think he realized it. I think
There's no way.
I think he
There's
realized.
no way.
No.
There's no way.
But I think he realized it because of that last spot that was that we were waiting for in that group.
Oh, like who we're going to play against?
Who we're going to play against.
Oh.
I think that's why.
So do you think if it was...
Denmark?
You think if it was Denmark, he might have picked differently? Do you think if it was...
would have been differently. Yeah, I think the way the Czech Republic plays is totally different than how Denmark plays.
Sure.
So I think that's why.
I think that's a good point. I don't even think about it like that.
I think that's why the audible happened. That's why he was like, you know what?
I didn't even think about it like that. Yes. You know what, dude? If I have to try to make sense of it, that's what makes sense.
That's
because
the only thing that makes sense to me.
There's no reason to have done this right now.
No reason.
I'm not saying
overall.
I want Berterame to go necessarily, but it would make more sense to have taken Berterame over him.
Yeah.
He still hasn't named Berterame because he's not naming the players outside of the Liga Mexicana right now.
Right.
So I think Berterame is still going to be coming around.
I don't think
And we're about to
I
see.
don't think so.
That was it. Because you were only going to take 3.
You
Well,
can't.
no,
all of a
no,
sudden,
no.
Okay, what can't happen is he takes Raul Jimenez, Hormiga, Memote, and then he takes
And
Berterame and he
Berterame.
doesn't take Santi.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd
That
be pissed.
can't happen.
I'd
That
be
can't
pissed.
happen.
I'd be
That
pissed.
can't happen.
That can't happen.
Exactly.
No,
I'd
that
be
can't
pissed.
happen.
He probably doesn't plan on using his 24th, 25th, and 26th player. But he brings them because he's like, okay, maybe, just maybe, I might find
Need
myself in this scenario.
Situation, yeah.
So I'm going to have my 26th man, Memote Martinez, just in case I need him. But no matter who I brought as my 26th man, I was never going to play him.
Yeah.
So it would make sense why he's trying to bring him, you know? Now you can make all the arguments, but like we have Edson, we have Montes, we have fools that can get in the box already and do that. And I agree. I'm not trying to justify a reason for him being. I don't want him here. You know,
But he's in. He's in,
but-
and he's a lock.
So follow.
He's a lock. He's
He is
going
a
because
lock. He is a
lock. Follow me
that
here.
list is a 100%. They're going.
Yeah.
So
Those 12.
Follow me here. Okay. I have to start by saying this because it leads me into this point of the guys that are missing, right? Of the guys that are not going. Clearly, we have Marcel Luis, who's injured. Kind of makes sense. I don't know about you guys and how you feel. I don't know if you're like, dude, he needed to be there.
Yeah.
But you feel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I still feel.
I don't think so.
And I still
think
feel that he might get included in the final list.
he could, and I
Could
could see
potentially,
that happen.
Potentially,
But
yeah.
Sure.
I'll agree that he doesn't look good. He'll get it together. I think he has flashes of like, okay, there he is, and then he'll go stretches during games where it's
yeah,
like,
but at what cost right now? Because he's coming back from an injury, a real serious injury.
The other one who in no way is a snub. The one thing that 110% of people, the YouTubers, the broadcasters, the reporters, bro, us, the one thing everybody agrees on is the omission of Charlie Rodriguez. It's a surprise to me, not because I wanted him there, but because I was like counting him in. There was a lot of fools who I did not put on this list because I was like, well, Charlie's going, so this guy might not go or that guy might not go, you know? But I have to give Aguirre the credit, and I've said it in a few other videos. There's been many times on these convocatorias where I'm like pleasantly surprised. It almost seems like the coaches that we have, no matter who it's going to be, there's always some bullshit going on.
Yep.
Aguirre included, you know?
Yeah.
But this time around, like Marcel Ruiz started to come around. Gilberto Mora started to come around. He started to bring around guys where you're like, well, finally, there we go.
Yep.
And Aguirre is the one who did that, you know? There's one guy who I think everybody could agree is a big snub, and that's Richie Ledesma right now, you know, for a few reasons. You see, if you don't bring Charlie, I understand why. Look at the other midfielders you have. If you don't bring Berterame or whoever, you name it, bro, it's not so much a snub because you're like, yeah, we got other guys who can do what you can do and do other things. You know, have other qualities, playing other positions. Richie Ledesma has a quality that I think not anybody on that team right now brings to the table. When you look at their positions, I mean, I know we've argued this, but he's not exactly a right back, and that's okay. I think we have other guys that'll be in that position. But when you're playing that five-man system, that those wing back positions right there, it almost doesn't make sense to me why he's not there. I understand Alvarado against who was it, Portugal or Belgium or both. This fool was playing like as a wingback and did a great job, and that's cool. But do you think best case scenario we're making the quarters or the semis? Let's just say, can Piojo Alvarado last that long playing the same position, as demanding as that position is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to not have Richie Ledesma, because the question it then raises is he saving a spot for Rodrigo Huescas? Is he saving a spot for Julian Araujo? I thought these guys were injured. Are they not that injured? You know what I mean? Are they not that injured?
They're injured. They're not going for sure.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, you don't have a lot of right backs or right wing backs that does what he does.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So Julian Araujo could be one. And I was hearing this guy talk about Julian Araujo, how he is in Mexico training supposedly 3 times a day, trying to like be ready. So this guy's making an effort, like a last-ditch effort to get on the roster. So I don't know if Aguirre is like, well, just keep training and we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Like once we get to that point, we'll see how you are, how you're feeling. You know, but at this point, you can't not take Richie Ledesma because you don't have another guy like it's gonna be Jorge Sanchez and who else?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's my point.
In the back four, it's Israel Reyes. But if you play in the 5, who do you have?
I still think he's gonna take him. I think Richie Ledesma's still gonna go.
So this is the part where I was saying, follow me. All of that was to lead to this fucking point right here. What if Aguirre is thinking like, dude, I want to take 6 or 7 guys from Chivas, and I want to take 4 guys from this team and that team and that team, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say he goes to Milito and he says, look, I need to take some guys, man, but I don't think I can take 6 guys from you. Which of these 6 is kind of indispensable? Like some guy that you need that we can work with, you know? And then look at the Chivas roster real fast, right? So you have Luis Romo, and I think Milito's looking at like, I could go without Romo. We have also, we have Gobea, we have Campillo. We don't really need Romo like that. I think we could go without him. All right, go ahead. Brian Gutierrez doesn't even start him.
Same
you make
case.
that argument all the time, bro.
He doesn't. He likes him less than I do.
I don't know if that's the case, but
100%, bro.
But when Chivas have looked their best, by the way, it's when Brian Gutierrez is starting. But Brian Gutierrez doesn't even start, so I think objectively speaking, Milito's probably like, it's okay, we can get rid of him.
Yeah, not my guy.
Tyler Rangel, I think he understands like he's gonna be a starter. This guy has to go.
He's the goalie.
Yeah, he's the goalie. Yeah. Like I can't hold him back. Plus, I'm excited about Oscar Wally, but we'll get into all that
for sure.
And then you have Piojo Alvarado. I think he's a must. The same case for Tyler Rangel.
Yeah.
oh, he's clearly a starter. He's gonna go ahead, take him. You know, consecrated.
Yeah.
Hormiga's another guy who like
Yeah,
we're like,
no.
fuck. All right,
Yeah.
he's kind of like a must.
Guate, Sepulveda's back, bro. I think he's back.
See,
Him and Marin. Like,
Yeah,
Marin's
see.
there, obviously, but I think Sepulveda's back.
and
Oh,
so
he
now,
is?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
think
so
he's nice.
Milito of them, and then you add, let's say, just Richie to the list. Who's the guy who you think Milito would be like? Leave me this fool. Take him as soon as we're done.
I would have thought it was Hormiga, but I guess not.
I would have said the same, but I think
Yeah.
that it makes sense for Richie Ledesma, especially because of them. He's the guy who is
Like they don't have a cover for him.
They don't.
yes.
It's look nasty when he's gone.
He also has this quality that the other guys don't. You know, he's played like at a higher level and stuff like that, but the way he dribbles and does all that, I don't think it's going to be that hard to adapt to what Aguirre is trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what, maybe fucking stay there, stay with Chivas, do your thing. When you fools are done, whether you win it all or not, that's when we'll take you. Because that's the only thing that makes sense.
It does. To me, it does.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. And you know
Why
what?
would he not take him?
And here's the other thing I was thinking though. If that's the case, and I hate to say it like this, but that means maybe Charlie has a chance to come back.
Yeah, bro.
You know, there's
Probably.
still that right there.
You're not taking all the Europeans.
Probably. Yeah.
No.
You're
And
not taking all
right,
the
just
Europeans.
really quickly, we'll jump into that exact
For
point
sure.
just right now. But that also leads me to then say that also means though that Memote might also not go because he's
No,
Look,
bro. That's the
Nah.
thing.
no.
He's going.
He's
See,
going.
right now, look, this whole thing was Aguirre's idea, but the whole like, hey, the list had to be out by this point and that point and blah 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 was like the federation, like Lavino and them trying to say like it needs to be out by this point. Why wasn't it? Why did it take us however long it took us to get to like, oh, we finally saw the list? You have no idea. Everybody's talking about that. Like, why did it take the list so long? Does he have doubts? Like, what's going
they had
on?
said,
You know?
we're gonna release it tonight.
Exactly. And I think Aguirre was like, well, bro, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Like, I told you I wasn't going to be ready. I told you I needed this. I told you blah, 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 whatever. And he's like, fuck it. Here's the list I will give you, you know? And so he puts Memote because he's like, he's a real possibility that he's going to go, but I don't know for sure that he's going to go.
But see,
You know
but
what I
that
mean?
that's them getting caught up in what they said because they had said from the teams that make the playoffs, those players are for sure gonna go.
Right. So
Yeah.
We're not gonna take them
I just feel
just for sparring and then leave you fools during the playoffs without your players.
Memote doesn't even start for Pumas.
No, but he does, and I think that's why he's taking him because he's seeing how Efra uses him.
Yeah.
And he's going to
What is-
use them the same way.
And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I see
But-
how he could be used.
But you see how it almost makes more sense to bring him around now to how Beldum. What, you're gonna bring him in when Pumas is done, when the Europeos come, when the Europeans come. Like, oh man, you don't want to bring him around at that point. You almost want him to have more time with you to help him get it,
Yeah.
get what you tried to use him for and shit. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
So
Like, even he said to himself, like, well, I was surprised. And then he kind of like backtracked, like, well, not surprised. Because I know at the end of the day, it's God's plan or whatever. But
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
you were surprised.
you were surprised. that
You were
God-
surprised.
Just say it. It's
Everybody
fine.
was surprised.
It's all right.
Yes,
yeah.
right.
So, but my point was that he's bringing him around because he's like, I might use him, but fuck it, I'm just gonna put him on this list right now because I'm trying to get him, but I might not take him. Like, what happened?
But then Pumas would throw a
No,
fit.
no, I don't think so.
But what do you think happened? Who cares? Aguirre's about to retire. What's it matter? What the fuck's it matter?
Because he had said, the fools that I take,
The 12 guys
Yes.
that
Of
are
course.
not asterisked are going for
I'm
sure.
going for sure,
Going
but
for sure.
but what does it matter if at the end of the day he's like,
He's
"Oh,
like, okay, I'm not taking
him
these
after all."
fools. Yeah,
He-
yeah.
he-
I understand that, too.
that
though.
could be a move that
yeah,
he did.
because they said that,
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, but
and
Well,
all
they
the
said
other
that.
fools said that too. Like they were like, okay, well, like you're gonna have to get a list. You're gonna use these fools. You're gonna use them. All the ones that are going, that are not gonna be in the Liguilla. If you end up taking them to the Mundial, you have to end up taking them to Mundial.
Yes.
Because if not, then what's the point? And you're
Yeah.
gonna just
Yeah,
take them
you-
away from their team, and they're not gonna be in the Liguilla.
During the most
So
critical
if
spot.
you're gonna give me a list, make sure they're the fools that they're gonna go for sure.
Yeah.
The guys that are gonna go for sure.
but
So like, I feel like this was like, all right, well, let me try to make a list and see who I could get.
That was the one condition of like, okay, you're going to take them, but if you take them, that means they're going to go
That
for
means
sure.
they're gonna
go for
Otherwise,
sure.
what's the
100%.
point of you
What's the-
taking
no,
them?
Yeah.
no, 100%. But if he decides to pull an audible in those
He
moments,
could too.
He could
I
do
wouldn't
that
be
for sure.
surprised.
He
He could do
You
that
know,
for sure.
and because
And it's not illegal.
it's not like he's a
Exactly.
Pumas' starter.
No.
It's
Yeah.
not like he's not like an
He
Hormiga.
was, and he lost the job to
See,
Juninho.
Yeah, see, but look, let's say he does that to Hormiga. He ends up not taking Hormiga.
Oh.
That's
No, 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 no.
crazy.
I would even say
That's
right now-
crazy.
Yeah.
But to
He's
do
the
that,
I
number
would say
two.
sack him.
yes,
Sack him.
See,
Yeah.
see, but to do that with Memote, nobody gives a fuck.
No.
I don't even think Pumas will care, bro.
No, no.
You know what I mean? Like that's fine. That's why
Yeah.
he's taking him. That's why he's taking him.
To not take him at the end?
Yes, yes. To see
But
if he
then-
really
okay.
does want him. He
But
still
then
needs
the
to
fools
see.
that-
But really quickly, Luis Romo, from his start with Milito and the way that Milito started to use him and started to really give him some value, I started to think that the selección can use this version of Romo, not
Yeah.
any other version before. And he's been around for quite a while, bro.
Of course.
Yeah.
And none of those versions I wanted him around.
Right.
But for the first time ever, I saw a version of him that made me feel like the selección could use that because not anybody else really can do what he was doing. And this was like a quarterback type of play, you know, where he's gotten the ball from deep and he's looking up and he's playing strikers and he's breaking lines to find midfielders and he's playing balls wide, balls behind, balls in
Deep.
dangerous areas, deep, from a deep position, from a center back position, you know. Can you also see him being a player that eventually falls off the list and he's one of those guys that he ends up saying like, no way, I brought you to the camp, sure, but you just didn't make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you
Yeah.
guys think?
That injury, I think that injury and him coming back and not finding form is what messed him up a lot. And when I saw that and I was like, okay, this guy got injured, like he's for sure not gonna make it. You know, like he's not in form right now. I could see why he would use him and how he'd use him, and it makes sense because that's the like we said, that's the better version of him, right? But right now, I wouldn't take him. Just for the fact that he's not in form.
Do you think he can find form in the next month?
I mean, I hope he does because he obviously like he's going. But if he finds form and we get the Luis Romo that we saw with Milito before his injury, then yes, well he'll be able to use him.
The thing is, like, he was always a center mid, defensive mid. Cruz Azul, Monterrey, with Chivas, same. But then he got heavy. He got big, bloated, heavy.
The first
Just was-
injury,
Yeah.
I
Just
think is
wasn't-
what he took.
Just wasn't doing whatever he used to do. And Milito convinced him, hey, bro, you're a center back now. And that's where I'm going to play you. And he got fit. He looks good now. He like you said, everything that he does plays from the back. And I think that's what Aguirre needs is somebody that can play the ball out smoothly. And he has the touch. He has the pass. He has the touch. He has the vision, which I think is what he needs. But I do think they rushed him back from that
Because he took a
Desgarre.
quick re-injury. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
had to
Desgarre.
come back out.
He did take a re-injury.
and then
that's
he
true.
took that run. And it's like, Dick, you just came back, bro. We don't need you up here. Like, go back down there. He made that run. And again, he's like, I got to go. Like, sub. And they're like, no, bro. Like, so that, if it's the Romo that we've seen pre-injury, I agree with you. 100%.
For
We
sure.
needed that from a center back. If not, then he's just a liability, bro.
Yeah, because if you're going to have him as a center back, he's way too slow for that shit, you know? But if you have him as that defensive mid or that center back that drops under the other two
That's
center
it.
backs and finds...
Gets
Because...
the ball, receives it, and just
Yeah,
tries to play out
because
fast. Yeah.
That's it, of course.
As much as you want to hate on it or not, or hate that I'm even saying this shit, but like Edson doesn't do that.
No.
Lira
super no.
Lira belongs more in the midfield because he kind of does that with Cruz Azul, but he doesn't play the way Romo does. He doesn't have that distribution the way Romo does and shit. You know what I mean? So like,
He's more defensive. That defensive, like, we try to take
Exactly.
away they get this ball back and
Defensive minded.
exactly. So that makes me feel like, okay, if Memote is number 26, then Romo probably number 25. Because in what scenarios do you feel like we can play him? Do you feel like we'll play him against South Africa? Do you feel like we can play him against South Korea? Do you feel like we can play him against Czech Republic?
That'll be very interesting to see, bro.
Well, yeah, because
If he does get used, in what scenario? Just that. Just
yeah,
that one alone.
just if we need to go to this, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't like. I mean, against South Africa, I feel like the Africans are a little too fast for this fool. Not that he's gonna be stuck on the wing or anything like that against some of their fast wingers, but they might press him too quickly, too hard, too fast. You know.
Yeah.
I want to say that the only time we might see him is against the Czech Republic, because the Czech Republic has a low block.
Yeah.
And they just wait to counter you and shit. It's not pretty soccer.
Sure.
Mhm.
It's just like the fuck it, we're gonna
He
defend.
could be the piece, like a transitional piece, move from
Well,
defense to the mids.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or
But-
even him straight to the forward. Like,
But that's
boom,
what
there
I'm
you go.
saying. So
Laser.
if the Czech Republic's gonna have a low block or whatever, and like we're not gonna be able to build through them, fuck it. Let's just dump some balls in
Right.
back there, and I think Romo would find the right ones. And I
Yeah.
almost feel like that's the only time we might be able to use it.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
can Romo make our attack optimal? And there's only one scenario in which that would be the case, and I think it was what we just said. You know, otherwise
the
there's
way
no
Milito
point in
uses
having
them.
him. Yeah.
That's
Otherwise, there's not gonna be
That's it, bro.
He's almost like you said a liability
Yeah.
Mhm.
to the team. But if you use him in that way, probably could work. You know,
Which, by the way, I think, because what is he going as a center back? Defense?
he's listed as a
Midfield.
mediocampista.
Midfield.
Did I miss that?
Mediocampista.
No, he's not a mediocampista.
No, but I also feel like you've seen Aguirre kind of list fools a certain way, but they don't end up playing.
Yeah, like
that, you know
Alvarado's
what I mean?
midfielder?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
he's a
saying.
midfielder.
You know what I mean? But he's not even really a midfielder.
Yeah.
He's like, it depends where you play him.
'Cause I
He
think-
played like as a wing back, but you're never gonna list him as a wing back.
Exactly.
You know.
bro. And I think injuries really cost Mexico, and now they're like putting people in certain positions where normally they wouldn't be. Like, I think it was Chiquete Orozco all day, but Chiquete Orozco went down. So now you have to like get Romo, get
The point-
Everardo, fucking
See,
get
but he's
Oh, that's another name.
he's not
Everardo's
there.
going.
Everardo Lopez
Yeah,
is not on this
Everardo's
list.
not
on the list, bro.
So I was gonna
Angulo,
say-
Yeah.
not on the
He-
list.
Angulo too.
exactly. That's another weird one for me because there's something he is lacking, bro, and that's
Yeah.
center backs.
That's center back.
Yeah, he
You know?
probably was like, oh, this one didn't convince me.
Yeah,
You know?
he,
Which
he's
is
probably
weird, bro, 'cause
probably like, hey, let's wait till the end.
Yeah.
Let's wait till the end till
Probably.
we bring him
But
on.
how is that fair to the other teams?
I don't think
Because
that
the
matters.
teams will be like, well, we'll wait till then.
I
Don't
don't
worry.
think that matters because
Take
let's,
take the sparring fools.
well, let's say this, bro. Let's say
But
he's like,
most of the
okay,
sparring fools are not in the league yet, though.
Exactly.
they're not. All of them.
I think
are
all
not.
of them are not.
Yeah, all of them are not. But let's say this. So he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna bring this guy or that guy from Liga Mexicana because I'm gonna bring Luis Chavez, Chino Huerta. These are the guys I'm gonna bring. Right?
Chino Huerta's not
back?
going.
First of all, yes, but let's
What?
not talk about him
Chino
just
Huerta's
yet.
not going, though.
We'll get into it. No, just follow me here.
All right.
Let's just say that's what he's thinking. Okay, so I'm not gonna take it because I'm gonna take Chino Huerta. And the league is like, okay, well, fine, you're not taking my guy because you're not gonna take him. It's not gonna be fair, blah blah blah. But let's just say taking Chino Huerta, he either doesn't perform, gets injured. Aguirre's just like, what the fuck? You know what? No, I do need to bring Richie. I do need to bring this guy or that guy. Do you think the teams are gonna be like, but that's not fair? That's not fair, bitch. Like you took this guy and that guy. Do you think that's what they're gonna be like? Like, nah, I don't think so. I think they're gonna be like, fuck it. This is the circumstance. It is what it is. We made the semi. We're out already.
I
Or
think
hey, we
they're
won
gonna-
it.
I think they'll complain about it.
Yes,
but there's nothing they can do ultimately.
That's what I'm saying. So I
Yeah.
think Aguirre
But
knows that,
it's gonna.
and he's gonna play that angle. He's gonna play that
Switcheroo.
angle. Like, yeah. Like, oh, hey, I was. See, originally I didn't want to, but I had to because this guy's sucked. You know what I mean? Just something like that.
Yeah.
So when is it gonna finish the league? Before May, right?
Before May ends. Yeah.
Yeah, before May ends,
Yeah,
that's when like the league is finished.
yeah, I was like, no, it starts in May. But yeah, before May
Yeah,
ends.
I think.
Yeah. So May 24th
Yeah.
would be the final second leg.
Yeah, and then he has
On
until
Sunday.
June 1st to
Yeah,
name his
correct.
whole list.
Final
so
one.
Correct.
That's why
I'm pretty sure.
saying.
Yeah, there's fools that are not there right now that are probably might end up going, like some of the fools that
Hey.
we said.
Toluca, Marcel has 2 different competitions to show out. Liguilla, Liga MX, and then against LAFC. If he shows out, like, nah, bro, like, I'm good. I'm back.
Yeah, if
He's going.
yeah.
He's going for sure.
Yeah.
Bro. He's fucking
If
going.
he does show out and play with confidence and how he used to, then yes,
He's
obviously
going,
take
bro.
him.
Yeah. Because
Now I don't know if he would start at this point, only because
Probably
of the injury.
not.
Only
Probably
because
not.
of the injury.
yeah. Because I think you already okay. So Luis Chavez, I don't think he's going, even though he's back.
So
They're
I
saying
think that's
that
still Marcel's
they're
spot.
monitoring
He's
they're monitoring him and seeing like
if
in
you,
touch with the people from the club, and they're saying like, oh, like how is he doing, like what is he doing. So I don't know, and it looks like Javier Aguirre is keeping an eye on that, like because he likes him.
I think he wants to take him.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know.
I like him too, bro. But right now, I think
Like, if he's
fit
healthy,
and confident, I'd rather have Marcel.
Yeah, if he's fit and he's
Yeah.
ready to go, all right then, sure, why not? But what's gonna mess him up is not being informed like that.
Not being
That's
informed.
that's what's gonna mess him up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think if Marcel balls out, he's in. He's ready to go. So from the Europeans, there's still vacancies.
For sure.
Because of the 14, 15 that are out there, he's probably taking like 6 of them. So now you still have another
I think probably 8.
8. Okay, but you still have 6 then.
Yeah.
You still have 6 vacancies.
For sure, Chino Huerta's not going. For sure, Huescas is not going. They're too injured. I think Edson's barely coming back, right?
And see, that one I'm nervous about.
That
Yeah,
one,
he
that
might
one,
not
honestly,
go.
yeah, that one, I'm like, this guy might not make it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he
I don't
doesn't.
feel
If
good
he
about
doesn't,
that one.
if he doesn't go, you know.
Yeah, I don't feel good. I think that's why
And
he's
if he
getting
goes,
Romo.
if he goes and he
Yeah.
starts, that'll be crazy to me.
No.
That'll be crazy
No,
to me.
Can't do that.
How
Can't do
much
that.
time does
Can't do
Edson
that.
need to find Mundial rhythm?
He needs like
That's what I'm
2
saying,
months,
bro.
brother.
2 months. That's now. That's now. You know what I mean?
But he's barely starting to come
Yeah.
back.
Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you feel is for sure going. What do you think about this call-up? Do you feel like Javier Aguirre is making the right calls? Who got snubbed? Do you guys agree with the opinions that we had? Do you agree with who we thought got snubbed? Is there anybody else that we did not name that you think should be on this list? Go ahead and comment down below. If you're a fan of Liga Mexicana content, subscribe. We're doing this twice a week, trying to put out as much content out there for you guys as much as we can. Once we get to the World Cup, we're really going to be taking off on world football, international football, European football, all that good stuff. We'll get deeper into that. For now, we're sticking to Fútbol Mexicano. We got maybe like another month and a half of this until we get into the World Cup, and then we take off from right there. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, comment down below